Okay, so food is. Before we look at specific suggestions on how to include quality foods in our diet, let's better understand the true metabolic power of quality by examining more closely what food really is. Most people would say that food is a collection of vitamins, minerals, macronutrients, and other chemicals. To determine the value of a meal, we'd measure the amount of nutrients it contains, read any product labels, and you'll see this philosophy in action. But it's time to catch up with the new millennium. This view of food is no longer adequate in describing nutritional reality. Food is much more than a bunch of chemicals. Food is energy and information. This definition applies to any substance we consume, be it water, an herb, a supplement, a drug, caviar, or cotton candy. Whatever metabolic effect the body receives from any of these happens because that substance communicated a specific message to our cells. The caffeine in coffee literally tells the heart to beat faster and our blood pressure to spike, and it instructs the nervous system to accelerate its functions. The fiber in your oatmeal actually chats with your intestines, telling them to contract, and has a side conversation with your liver, pancreas, and bloodstream, asking your LDL cholesterol to drop and your blood sugar to stabilize. The bioflavonoids in your berries instruct the body to keep tiny blood vessels strong and supple, to reduce cellular inflammation, and to slow down the aging process of specific tissues such as the macula of the eyes. Food talks to your body, and your body talks back. This is not a fanciful notion about metabolism, it's a scientific reality. With his simple formula, E equals mc squared, Einstein proved that matter and energy are one and the same, and could shape-shift to and fro. And both are loaded with information. Indeed, every speck of creation, from a humble particle of dust to a galactic sun, holds vast quantities of information, also called memory. Simply because we can't perceive with our five senses this hidden library within all matter doesn't mean it's not there. Consider, for example, the tomato. If the soil it grows in is depleted, then the tomato has measurably less mineral content, less natural sugar, and more acids, which means it will be tough, tasteless, and nutritionally inferior. If it's sprayed with pesticides and herbicides, it will carry instructional messages to your body that are carcinogenic, mutagenic, and neurotoxic. If it is grown on an impersonal factory farm, the tomato will be lifeless and have no charm. If it is picked by an underpaid migrant worker who's given no benefits and few workers' rights, then the tomato is hypocritical and lacks integrity. If it's chopped by a machine along with thousands of other tomatoes delivered to a fast food joint and slapped together with a bun of meat from a cow who suffered even worse traumas, then our tomato is now suicidal or even murderous because it lost its soul and has no reason to live. I think you get the picture. Ancient healing systems such as Ayurveda and Chinese medicine have long recognized the energetic nature of food. Rather than describe the chemical elements of a meal, these approaches look at the archetypal elements. They see earth and water, wood, fire, and metal, kapha, pitta, and vata, yin and yang. None of these elements are seen under a microscope, but they are plainly observed in action, much the way our character is revealed for all to see, yet is nowhere to be found. Yin and yang are as real to the Chinese as proteins and fats are to us. The true worth of a food, then, will never be discerned from a label. Its real value is in all the energy and information it contains. Yet that includes vitamin, mineral, protein, fiber, and fat content. But it also means how the food is grown, handled, transported, manufactured, advertised, cooked, served, and eaten. All this information lives inside of a food as surely as you live inside of your body. So if you want to truly quell the rise of heart disease with the help of diet, then it's time to put more heart into how we create food, eat it, and share it with the hungry. If we want to slow the unchecked growth of cancerous cells in the human family and limit the amount of carcinogens in our food, then it's time to slow down the world, take stock of our unchecked growth, and rethink the manic way that we manufacture our nourishment. Many people want food to provide them with health, happiness, and all the blessings of beauty. Well, the only way food can possibly deliver such a huge bounty is if we create it in that image. When the energies of love and beauty are cultivated into a foodstuff, such will be our harvest.